everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing an Ulta haul. This weekend I actually was able to go out of town and spend the weekend with my wonderful sister and my amazing aunt, and of course I'm now getting text messages because I actually just got back from a movie, so I apologize for the noise there. But I was able to go out of town with my family and spend some time with my sister and my aunt and my mom, and my birthday is actually this coming week. It's on Thursday, and because of that, they gave me some money to spend at Ulta, well, really to spend anywhere, but I chose to spend it at Ulta, and shout out to them for being troopers with me while I just kind of explored the store with them, and I just really appreciate being able to spend time with them and everything that they were able to do for me this weekend. And just, yeah, I just really, it's good every once in a while to take a step back and spend time with the people that you love. So I hope that you all get to do that, and I'm definitely happy that I was able to. But while I was there, I definitely picked up some goodies. I spent far more money than I was anticipating, even with their help. But I think I got some really cool products that I am hoping to review for you guys very soon. So we're just going to jump right in. They gave me 2 bags because apparently they bag fragile things separately. So that was kind of interesting. That was nice of them, though, I thought. So I have 3 fragile items. Let's get those out. So first thing I got is from Wet n Wild. It is on an end cap. I saw a limited edition like Wet n Wild collection. That's the word I'm looking for. And I'm not really sure what the collection is, so I'll have to look that up and put that in the description. But I ended up seeing a couple of eyeshadow quads, and this one is one that stood out to me. This is the Mythical Creatures eyeshadow quad. And you can see there that the eyelid shade, which is the long one right here, it's purple, and then the crease shade down here at the bottom is like a navy blue. And I really enjoy blues and purples, so I thought that this would be a really fantastic little eyeshadow quad. You all know how much I love my Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells quad, so I'm sure this is going to be fantastic quality, so I'm definitely excited to use this. I'll probably have this in an upcoming tutorial. Another thing that I saw on that end cap was this, and I'm really just wanting to do a first impressions video with this because this is really weird to me. So this is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Shade Shifting Blush. So it looks in this packaging like a dark, I don't even know if I'd call that green. It's so weird. I'm going to try and open it up. Yes, so this is what it really looks like. You can see it's got some like green shimmery undertones, and I haven't swatched it. They didn't have one in a tester, but like it swatches dark green. I don't know. I'm very intrigued by this. Like, I mean, it's going on, but it's got some green undertones, but it does like kind of have some mauvey, reddy I don't know. I'm fascinated by this, so I'm gonna try this in a video on my cheeks, and we're gonna see if it's a gimmick or not. Okay, the last fragile thing I got is actually from Flower Beauty. Now this is an Ulta that I obviously don't go to very often because it's out of town, but my Ulta here does not have Flower Beauty in it as of yet, so I was very excited to see that they have it. I have not tried anything from Flower Beauty, but I've heard amazing things about their blushes, their setting sprays, even their lip products, and eyeshadow. I mean, really, I've heard great things about the brand as a whole. So I was very excited to see that they had some items. So I got a couple things, but this is the Flower Beauty Flower Pots Powder Blush. And so this is what it looks like. The shade is Wild Rose, and it's just a nice lighter pinky rose shade. It looks very, very pretty. It does look matte, so there's no shimmer in this, but they did have, I think, 3 or 4, and I want to say that one of them was a little bit more of a pearlescent type peachy pink shade with a little bit of shimmer. One was a bit more mauve, and then one was a bit more orangey toned. So I ended up landing on this one because I really like that color. So those were my more powder products. Now, since my birthday is this weekend, apparently you get a free mascara, or I'm not sure if this is like a platinum thing, because I did hit platinum status with this purchase. I think I was like $26 away, so this definitely put me over that. But I'm not sure if that's a platinum thing or if that's just an Ulta thing, but I ended up getting the Dior Show mascara. and this is in Pro Black, and it's just a little sample size of it, but I'm excited to try this out because I love new mascaras. I'll probably wait a hot second to pop into it just because I've got some other mascaras right now, and I don't like to have like 15 mascaras open because that's wasteful in my opinion. So I'm going to probably wait a hot second to open that bad boy, but I am very excited to try that out. Let me just get everything out so you don't have to hear the crinkle of the bag every 20 seconds. Okay, so something that I came across like mentally last week as I was doing my makeup was I've only really got 2 foundations right now that I have been actively using, and well, I've really only got 2 foundations right now. And I say only loosely because in a normal world, that's all a person would need. Like, you don't need really even more than 1 foundation. If you find a foundation that you like, just stick with it. But me being who I am and being on YouTube, I like to try out new things, and so one of the things that I really wanted to try was a new foundation. I hadn't really decided which foundation I wanted to try. There had been a couple of new foundations that came out at the drugstore recently or that I had heard about on YouTube, but I just hadn't purchased. So that is something that I knew going into Ulta that I wanted to actively make an effort to try. So I ended up with 4. Yes, 4. They're all drugstore, so I looked on the high-end side of Ulta, and I, perused and everything, and obviously there were things that I wanted, but, I ended up getting, like, 20 things, and, yes, it ended up being a higher price tag, but I know I was able to get more and spread my money out further on the drugstore side, and really, I'm thinking, at least right now, that's what I want my channel to be more about. More drugstore, affordable items that anybody can get their hands on easily, just because for a lot of people, it's not practical to spend $40 or $50 on a foundation, so I want to give good options and give reviews about things that, I don't want to say normal people, but, people that have a budget to spend on makeup would be inclined to try. So, alas, I have 4 foundations, so I'm going to start with those. One is the Makeup Revolution Stick Foundation. Now, they actually just came out with a new foundation, and I don't have my makeup bag that has the concealer that looks exactly like it, but they have a small concealer right now that's like a conceal and define that's probably about that big, and it's a little doe foot applicator that you pull out. Well, they came out with a foundation, and they didn't have it in stores yet, so I didn't end up getting that one. But I have wanted to try this for a really long time, and this is another thing that my Ulta has never had. This is the Makeup Revolution London Foundation Stick, and this shade is F3. So I've heard really great things about this foundation stick, the only drawback being that it is a little bit less product than some other foundation sticks come with, but I'm very excited to try this out. This is actually my first stick foundation in, I couldn't even tell you how long. I've tried them before, but it's been years and years, so I'm very excited just because it seems like stick foundations are really making a comeback. So that was my first foundation. Second one is the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. And NYX has like 3 foundations that Ulta is really heavily marketing right now. There's this one, there's a dropper one that comes with a dropper top, and I think maybe there's a cream foundation. And this is of the 3 of them that I've continued to see ads for. This is the one that I've been wanting to try. So I got the shade Light, but I gotta say their shade range on this was really, really nice. The Makeup Revolution one was pretty nice as well, but this, I am typically the lightest shade in a foundation line, or if not the very lightest one, the second lightest one. But these went so light that I was probably 5, 6, 7 shades in as light. So that was really nice to see, because you don't often see foundations catering to the the ends of the spectrum. So like the really, really dark tone skins and the really, really light tone skins, those are the skin tones that tend to be left out when foundations come out in various brands. So I was really happy to see that this brand did really cater to a lot of different skin tones. So I'm very excited to try this out. This is a little liquid with a little pump, so there's that one. This is the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation, and this is mattifying, lasts up to 24 hours, and is in shade 20 Rose Beige. So this has a little dropper to it, and hopefully I got the right shade. It might be a little dark for me. We'll make it work. Hopefully. But this I recently saw Tati talking about, so that's why I ended up picking up this one. The final one is the Revlon Color Stay Full Cover Foundation in 150 Buff. So this is what this guy looks like. I've heard good things about this as well, so I'm pretty excited to really try all of them. They all are marketed to be full coverage foundations, so we'll see how those claims go, and we'll go from there. So those are all the foundations that I got. I did get 2 primers as well. This is the Catrice Prime and Fine Smoothing Refiner for Invisible Pores and Lines. This is a primer, again, that Tati was talking about, and she says it is a dupe for, I want to say, a Benefit primer, if I'm not mistaken, but she says it's a dupe for a really high-end primer that she really has been enjoying. So this was very, very inexpensive. I want to say it was like maybe $6. And so I definitely wanted to pick this up and see if I liked it as much as she did. And I also got the Catrice Prime and Fine eyeshadow base, and it says it's long-lasting. It looks clear here in the little tubey. Yeah. So, well, it's not, I wouldn't say it's clear, but it's like the Urban Decay Primer Potion. So it's got a little bit of tint of color, but you rub it out, and it's really not going to have any color. Let's see here. I also got the e.l.f. brow pencil in neutral brown. So this is what this looks like. I want to say this was $2. Emily Noel, I've heard her say great things about the e.l.f. brow pencils, so I've been wanting to give these a try, and I just hadn't seen one in my Target, and I didn't want to place an order online for it, so I'm glad that I was able to pick this up. I really enjoy this pencil from ColourPop, and I just ran out of it. It's the ColourPop Brow Boss in shade dark brown, and I literally ran out of it, I want to say, on Friday, so I was really happy to pick that up. I've got a couple other eyebrow products, but I really enjoyed that one, and this looks like somewhat of a similar size, and I've really been enjoying how small that one was and how precise you can fill in your brows. So that was that. I got a Wet n Wild Color Icon Loose Pigment, and this was a limited edition pigment. I think they had 8 or 10 to choose from, and this shade really just stood out to me. It's a nice goldeny shade. This is what's called gold pigment, so I'm right spot on with the color there. But it's a really pretty golden shade, and I'm very excited to try it. I've been really into putting like glitter on the inner half the inner half or like the middle of my eyelid, and just really making an eyeshadow look pop with that. So I'm very excited to see how this performs. I also, you know how when you get up to the register, they have the little area where they suck you in with like your last minute products. I got the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, chamomile, and lavender. This was only $5, and I thought this was a great deal because of that. But I've heard that these are really, really nice, really refreshing, and honestly, chamomile and lavender, and that sounds like a great thing, honestly, to spray on your face before you go to bed. Like, those scents would just be fantastic for just soothing you into sleep. But I'm sure they'd be great throughout the day as well, so I'm just excited to use it all around. And I'd say this was a pretty big size. This is 2 fluid ounces, but I have yet to even make any sort of dent in my Smashbox primer water or my, this is the Tarte Ready Set Radiant one, and I mean, it's still way up there. So I have yet to make a dent in any of them, so I figured I will not go through this quickly. I also ended up getting a beauty blender. I have the Real Technique sponge, and then I have another pink sponge, but it's not a beauty blender. I don't think I've honestly ever had a name brand beauty blender, so I was super, super excited to be able to add this, and it was super funny. My sister and my aunt both didn't know that you wet these in order to like use them to their full capacity. So I was just like, yeah, this like expands to like double or triple the size, and they were like, what? And so it was really funny. But I'm very excited to have this and add this to my sponge collection. And the very last thing I got, it was super funny. We were actually up close at the register, and the woman that was behind the counter said, I just want to let you guys know that today is the last day for our beauty steals, and we've got the Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray, and I can't remember what the other one was, but I was just like, All-Nighter? What? So it was actually, Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray is normally $32, and it was on sale for $16, so it's literally half off, so I did end up picking that up as well. And I'm very excited to try this. I've heard, nothing but amazing things about this spray since it's come out, so I have high hopes for it. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I got. To be honest, this beauty blender was the most expensive thing that I purchased. So, this was $20, which I think is somewhat crazy for a sponge, but I know that they last you for a really long time, so I'm going to determine here, you know, like I said, I've got those 2 other sponges. I'm going to determine whether or not this is dupeable with every other sponge. Like, do I feel like this is really the best sponge, or can this be replicated? But yeah, I'm so excited about everything. Oh, I'm lying to you. I have one more thing. This is the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Spray. So this is the second Flower Beauty product that I got. There was this one and a mattifying spray as well, but this one is hydrating, and so that's why I wanted to try it. I'm not really looking to mattify my skin all the time, especially now that we're getting into cooler weather. I'm really just looking for my skin to look nice and luminous, so I thought that this would be great, and I've heard great things, again, from Tati about this product. If you guys have not seen her video that she sits down and does her makeup with Drew Barrymore, 10 out of 10 would recommend that you go and watch that, because it was a great time. It was great to watch them interact with each other. So that, alas, is everything that I got from Ulta. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or if you saw anything today that you would really like me to review, please leave that in the comments below. As always, I hope you subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on all of my latest content, and I will see you guys next time.